don't want that smoke. She don't want that smoke. Miss Thing was a teacher, but she don't know how to read, honey. Then she just don't know how to read. Girl.
Ms.D, sipping tea with Ms.D, and here I am going on again this week with the KiKi's of the week. With the first Kiki though that we get into is something serious. Rapper extraordinaire, icon, legend, Westchester, Yonkers native, DMX, Earl Simmons is in the hospital in a vegetation state is what they call it, I believe. They are saying that he had a drug overdose. This happened Saturday night, I believe. Saturday afternoon, just a couple of days ago. And we pray for Earl and, DMX. And the one conversation that I've been having with people talking about DMX, being who he is and what he was, no matter if he was battling his demons, we all battle our demons, we all have that fight and all that. But DMX knows the Lord. I've been to a couple of funerals, and you hear stuff at funerals and services and stuff like that. And when people go, he's still here. They're outside right now in White Plains, in front of White Plains Hospital. The Rough Riders family, with the Rough Riders Rescue Foundation or something like that. They're out there and they're praying, and there's like a candlelight visual, which we were on the phone with some of their people saying like they shouldn't really do a candlelight visual. A candlelight visual to us kind of like signs your papers. It kind of gives you your end, So we were saying like, don't light too many candles. Don't go out there lighting candles. It's not to light candles. I feel like you light candles when someone passes, not when they're still in the fight for their life, Prayers up to DMX though. DMX prayed for his fans. He prayed at the Breakfast Club. He prayed at Woodstock. He prayed at the goddamn Waffle House. He prayed at the studio. DMX is a prayer warrior. When you think about the title of DMX, you might think about the shenanigans, the bout and the battle with drugs and all that kind of stuff. But DMX always prayed. He prayed everywhere. He prayed on this album. He prayed on when he went to go visit news people and do interviews. DMX is a prayer warrior. So I feel like God is having a conversation with him now. Like, what are you going to do? What's going to happen here? Because I sent you here for something greater. I think that's the conversation. And I think that, God willing, because God has the last say. We just came from Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day, But God has the last say so, But shout out to his family, hold your heads up, prayers for DMX, Earl Simmons. And I need to see a lot more celebrity people that was fucking with DMX that haven't said anything yet, I need a lot more of the girls to come out and pitch a word or two. Like, I haven't heard anything from Eve yet. Hype Williams even said a little something. The girls are saying stuff, I haven't heard much from the people that I know. Oh, Cool J has said something. I need the girls to get off their fucking high horses and show some love to Earl. Shout out to you, Earl, DMX Simmons. We thank you. We're here with you. We're praying with you. We're praying for you, your family. Shout out to the Simmons family, all the Yonkers, all the Westchester, all the Locks, everybody, all that whole family, Rough Riders, the bikers, and everything. Shout out to you guys. Keep your prayers up and pray for DMX, baby. What you gotta say? You gotta be like, you feel that it's sure. Y'all watch Verzuz this weekend? Hey, y'all. They was up there, AARP. They was up there 80 and over. Okay. I could not stand to watch all of it, but, shout out to the legendary Ronald Isley and the Ozzy Brothers, Earth, Wind & Fire, and those guys making history, 500,000, 500,000 people watched the Verzuz, that was iconic and legendary, and let us know how much we need to value and pay homage to our artists and entertainers, black per se entertainers, not even just black, like, even if it's older groups like the Eagles or, whatever, who's ever left in the Bee Gees and the Rolling Stones and so forth, so on, how we need to appreciate these people, because these people set the tone and work very hard in the industry to break barriers so it could be other groups and other people out there. But I want to say Ronald Isley was looking like a cat Z, bitch, okay? I would munch all of her old bird, all of her Viagra, look under all her old bulls that might smell like a hint of Old Spice. She smells very like a spice, like a hint of like an old scent. Like he's still wearing a Giorgio Armani, like the first scent from Giorgio Armani, or like a Liz Claiborne scent, like an old scent. Me and myself, I wear Elizabeth Taylor Rubies and Diamonds. Okay, on old clothes. I love to pull the old winter summer clothes that I didn't wash and Elizabeth Taylor Rubies and Diamonds to smell like old vintage. I think it's thrift. Shout out to Gene, my best friend. He loves to smell like thrift too. Old clothes and tea tree oils. That's something that we share. Old Jewy. Like to smell Jewy. Old. A hint of cat spray for something like Lionel might have sprayed on something. Little squirrel might have sprayed on something. That kind of thing. But shout out to all the cat daddies in the world. I know the sales of Viagra went up last night. I know it's a couple of men that, God forbid, might have had a heart attack or two, trying to look young and stay young like Ronald Isley. Shout out to Steve Harvey for holding it down, and when you like manifest stuff. I know that Steve Harvey never thought in all of his career that he would be sitting there moderating between two of the biggest black male R&B pop groups ever. Shout out to Ronald Isley for showing love to R. Kelly. Okay? And I'm a bitch that be like free R. Kelly. Okay? I don't give a fuck what kind of fish he touched or that they saying that he touched. You can't rape the willing. And I'm telling you, some of those girls were willing. Some. Not all. But bitch, what the fuck was you doing if it wasn't? Okay? Because he told you already. Keep it on the down low. And that's that on that, bitches. But shout out to Ronald Isley and everyone in Fire for shutting it down for Easter. Everybody put on their Portobello outfits, their outfits from Burlington, and sat in the living room, put on their Pierre Cardins. Okay, and Stacey Adams. It smelled very Stacey Adams in that room. Very. Okay, it smelled like Stacey Adams in that fucking room. Stacey Adams and Bacardi Gold. They didn't even want that Ciroc. They wanted Bacardi Gold. They wanted a motherfucking Johnny Walker Black Red Label. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? With a hint of Old Spice. Okay? And that's that on that, bitch. Versus Earth, Wind and Fire and Ronald motherfucking Isley brothers. 1, 2, 3. Sip tea with Ms.D. Your favorite, everybody's favorite auntie, uncle, Ms.D. Cunts. Put it in my butt. Make it feel like a blunt. I want to give a big shout out also, with the KiKi's of the week. We're back to the KiKi's of the week, right? I want to give a shout out to Rihanna. Rihanna, no matter what's going on with you, you're making $1 billion with Fenty. You're doing the panties and the stuff you stole from Victoria's Secret. And Moet and Hennessy drop you a clothes and whatever, but you're still going, Fenty clothes, we'll probably see them in like Marshalls and stuff like that soon, so get your pieces, because they're coming to Marshalls soon. Since they're not doing any, those pieces start to trickle down, and I will have my Fenty pieces, bitch, for Marshalls and TJ Maxx, right? Am I lying, Jan? If Miss Century 21 was open, they would be at, I would have every piece of Fenty would be at Century 21, honey. I'm sorry. Shout out to you, Century 21. We miss you, good old New York icon that put me on the side of the building. So I always have to show you love no matter if you're dead or alive, Century 21. I gotta show you some love. But Miss Rihanna herself, she's someone that stands up for an array of causes. She talks politics. She's not very political to me, but she talks politics. She always gives her, her Black Lives Matter, her Black-owned business support. Like, she always gives that kind of, that vibe and that thing, and she stands up and says stuff with the people, no matter if it might work against her, work for her, or work or not. She always does speak her mind, because she's a fucking Pisces. Shout out to Mother Pisces, Queen Pisces, like me. Mother Pisces, Queen Pisces here. But shout out to Rihanna, because she was at a rally today in New York City for Stop Hate rally for, the Asian Americans and Asians right now. They're having a tough time with the general public jumping on them for the corona flu, karate flu, kung fu flu, all those things that the Trump administration put in the air before they left here. My message to all my Asian people is, all that kung fu, all that karate, all that shit that you learned to take motherfuckers down, and you know, your jiu-jitsu and your yogas and your Pilates and all that shit that you brought to the world. It's time for you bitches to connect together, get to your Buddhas, get to your Jades, your all that stuff that you do, and beat a motherfucker down like Splinter taught the Ninja Turtles. It's time for you bitches to beat these motherfuckers up like Splinter told the Ninja Turtles to take out Master Shredder, okay? Stop the Asian hate, stop the black hate, stop the white hate, stop the pink hate, stop the gay hate, stop the top bottom hate, stop the verse hate, stop the fat hate, okay? Shout out to Lizzo. Stop the fat hate and all that shit, bitch. We're here together. And we didn't ask to be brought here, bitch, okay? Because at the end of the day, somebody else got the last say, cunts. Can we stick together and stick together? She's a bumper. I forget things, you know, I drink brown liquors, cheap brown liquors, and shit like that. But the one thing I want to talk about that is so fucking hilarious to me this weekend that broke on the internet also is Little Bootsy going to the airport and getting upset that somebody mistaked him for Flavor Flav. Okay? Now, I got some people in my family that look like Flavor Flav too. So I'm treading lightly on the Flavor Flav thing. But what I want to say to Little Bootsy is, motherfucker, you look like Flavor Flav. It ain't no getting around that, motherfucker. So whoever said that shit to you was right the fuck on. And I don't understand why you made a video like you was motherfucking shocked about a motherfucker calling you Flavor Flav, nigga. Because 10 out of 10, if you turn the right way, you do look like motherfucking Flavor Flav. You know, there's people out here with cataracts and shit, their eyes is fucked up and shit. Bitch, I might have thought that you was motherfucking Flavor Flav too. You know, you had on the glasses, y'all look the same. That look like that's your father. Like Flavor Flav is your motherfucking father.
He fucking looked like him.
He looked like him.
He fucking looked like him.
He looked like fucking Flavor Flav. So I don't understand what the fuck you was upset about when she said that you look like Flavor Flav. Bitch, if you look like Flavor Flav, you look like Flavor Flav. You know? She could have said that you look like Wesley or Bernie.
He didn't even push it like Flavor Flav. That's all he can do.
Archie is go off. You know, if you look like Bernie, they didn't say Bernie. You know, they give you Bernie Mac or Miles Davis. You know, they said you look like Flavor Flav, motherfucker. And Bootsy, you look like you can't tell it two apart. So how did the fuck you was complaining about? And that's that on that, Bootsy. Because we were talking about the net worth of certain rappers that DMX is in the hospital. Me and my friend, shout out to Tayetta, shout out to Trophy. We were having a good, heartfelt conversation about the whole about the whole DMX thing and the visual and all that kind of stuff today. And we got into the conversation about, we were talking about people not appreciating you while you're here and your flowers and all that kind of stuff. And I went to go, for some apparent reason, click a net worth of certain net worths. And I just want to read some of them to you. One in my head that stuck out was that Method Man, the richest person on Wu-Tang Clan that they claim, you know, allegedly, the richest person of the Wu-Tang Clan is Ghostface Killer. Which was very shocking to me because when you think about his work and his work, modern work, previous work, future work, like now, it's not really seen out there like Method Man and producing or making movies like the RZA and those guys. So I was kind of shocked to see that he had more money than Method Man. I thought that Method Man would be the richest one out of the Wu-Tang Clan. But I say that to say this. You have to stop supporting people when they get on. I think people don't like to support people until they get on, and then they go, oh, I was there when that bitch was blah, 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 or I was there when that bitch did this at DSN, or I was there when that bitch was on Get to Know Me, I was there when that bitch was doing On Edge, I was there when that bitch was doing, you know, all of these things, but were you there when that bitch was doing that stuff? Were you really there when that bitch was doing that stuff? And prime example of you can't fuck everything to put them ahead, to me, was DJ Self and Cardi B. Because for some apparent reason, I went to go look up her net worth, and she's worth $25 million already. And I was like, it was a point in time that all of these motherfuckers was sleeping on motherfucking Cardi B and her wanting to do mixtapes and, you know, trying to give her like she was like trying to be like the Puerto Rican princess like Jocelyn or motherfucking Love and Hip Hop. And she went and made a song that got her 1 billion streams in sales, diamond singles, a #1 selling album, a couple of #1 singles, making Billboard history, and all that kind of stuff. And that just goes to show you, when you don't support the girls and what they're doing, the girls are going to make it. So my message for the cunts out there now, listen to me now, because Mother was made for this. This is going to happen for Mother. And don't be stuck in that category when I'm walking past you with my security and be like, I don't know her, Mariah Carey. Okay? And that's that on that.